All right, so here are the two presentations that I will be going over. My parts were critical thinking and creativity. Renee and I both did Corpus Christi Future Ready Workforce, right? Developing 21st century skills for the local community. So Renee focused on communication and collaboration, and I did creativity and critical thinking skills. And then you can see there's a pre-course survey and a post-course survey that are tied to our courses. So if I were a newbie and starting this course, first, it dives into the introduction to critical thinking. What is critical thinking? I grabbed a lot of things from Jordan Peterson, who's philosophical writer on kind of these 21st century skills, but he doesn't frame it as that. It's just more business related. And then using OpenAI to kind of see what AI says about critical thinking. I do include a YouTube video about Jordan Peterson kind of going through his thoughts on critical thinking. And then if we go into some problem solving strategies in order to help you critical think. So kind of different scenarios that you see here. If you're running late, you have an assignment due, workplace conflict, most of us panic in those situations. And then I put a list on problem solving strategies from ChatGPT. So some of the things that we can do to slow down, to critical think. If you're working in a fast paced environment, how can we slow down and perform effectively? And then one of the tasks that I asked the learners to do is, are there any underlying assumptions or biases that might impact my approach to problem solving? So a little reflection at the end of this section. And then tying it into everyday life and, of course, the workplace. Again, trying to build on those 21st century skills. And then some practice. Right, this one doesn't have a end of course quiz, but the following one does. So again, if we jump into the creativity course, we'll get into the introduction of creativity, what creativity is, as you see there, and then a short clip on what creativity looks like. I really want you to look at this John Mayer video. It's him not performing live, getting interviewed, and then just kind of taking people through the process on his creativity process. And it's interesting to see how he can just turn it on and put a song together. So it's creativity at its finest. So why creativity matters to your success. Again, building on those 21st century skills, whether it's working with people in the workplace, outside the workplace, even with your own family. I think creativity is something that we can all harness and develop. Some questions to consider as you go through this, generated by OpenAI. I think I just use ChatGPT for more lists and kind of some thought provoking ideas, not really the framework. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to look like, and then how to be creative. Oh, sorry, this is where John Mayer is speaking. Yeah, I jumped ahead. The first video, it's just kind of introducing you to creativity and I think a 40-second outlook on what that would look like. So yeah, this is a 2-minute video of John Mayer going through the creativity process on the spot. And then I asked a one question for you, kind of a takeaway from that video. So I'd like to include real life scenarios or real world scenarios when it comes to courses like this. And then there is a mastery quiz with this one included. So this was my piece that I did. I think the four topics that we chose: communication, collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, are essential for the workplace, essential for students from K through 12, essential for us in higher ed. I don't think you can master any of these. You can become very proficient in communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking, but I think there's skills that always need to be developed and always gone back to. So, um, my point with that is that I think these courses that we develop, even though it was in a short time frame, Renee and I had the conversation of kind of going back and developing these a little more, putting a little more rigor to them, right? And then maybe pitching them to um, an audience here in Corpus Christi and see if they want to purchase it or use it for their staff. So that's kind of the thought behind that.